Last year I was asked by Daniel Joseph Martinez to write a short story on this, or a short essay, that's a Freudian slip, because I tend to fictionalize him, a short essay on Doug Hubler's Cadillac variable piece number 19 after Douglas Hubler, and it's a singular piece of, as you can see, five photographs, 4 of which are Douglas Hubler, and one is this strange coda of an inverted Cadillac. He said it was a series of photographs that he had taken that he was very emotionally connected to, frantically had lost them, regained them, and finally had them framed, and he was going to show them at an art fair, and he wasn't sure what they were about. Because he made them when he was 19 at Cal Arts. In 1969, Douglas Hubler, a founding artist of dematerialist conceptualism, along with Joseph Kosuth, Robert Barry, and Loris Wiener, participated in a landmark exhibition of conceptual art curated by Seth Segalab. As part of the show, Hubler's contribution was simply the following statement. The world is full of objects more or less interesting. I do not wish to add any more. Actually, this is the shorter version. The longer statement is, I prefer simply to state the existence of things in terms of time and place, end quote. Henceforth, his art practice was to combine documentary photography with maps and text in order to explore social environments and the effect of passing time on objects alternately titled as duration, location, and variation pieces. Hubler's body of work was influential both for what it consciously presented, the artwork as documentation, which was the secondary process in psychoanalytic terms, and what it repressed, the artwork's primary process, or unconscious. Martinez's entire corpus negotiates this primary and secondary process, at once an homage and critique of his mentor's legacy. So in 1976, when Martinez was studying at Cal Arts, Hubler was dean. It was, for all intents and purposes, Hubler's school, both in its pioneering model of conceptualism and its pernicious lack of diversity. Proposing that he photograph Hubler, and Hubler agreeing to sit for his 19-year-old student, Martinez, in essence, makes an object out of a man who had famously declared he wasn't interested in contributing any more objects to the world. This process of objectification is precisely how Roland Barthes describes the effect of being photographed in camera lucida. Once I feel quote, this is from Camera Lucida, once I feel myself observed by the lens, everything changes. I constitute myself in the process of posing. I instantaneously make another body for myself. I transform myself in advance into an image. This transformation is an active one. I feel the photograph creates my body or mortifies it, according to its caprice. In front of the lens, I am at the same time the one I think I am, the one I want others to think I am, the one the photographer thinks I am, and the one he makes use of to exhibit his art. In other words, a strange action. I do not stop imitating myself. And because of this, each time I am or let myself be photographed, I invariably suffer from the sensation of inauthenticity, sometimes imposture, end quote. Okay, in the first of 4 panels, Hubler's pose is curiously and seriously awkward for a man who not only wanted to take portraits of everyone in the world, i.e. his variable piece number 70 in Process Global 1975, where he just wanted to take pictures of everybody. So to what could this squirmishness, this impostured presentation of the self, more specifically be attributed? Moreover, what were the aesthetic, theoretical, and political intentions of Martinez's presenting Hubler this way? Or should we say of capturing him this way, no matter how unconscious this act was at such a tender age? Let's go back to Barthes. In Writers, Intellectuals, Teachers, Barthes describes the double action of authority and castration that the student always instigates within the teacher. Quote, imagine that I am a teacher. I speak endlessly in front of and for someone who remains silent. I am the person who says I. I am the person who, under cover of setting out a body of knowledge, puts out a discourse, never knowing how that discourse is being received, and thus forever forbidden the reassurance of a definitive image, even if offensive, which would constitute me. In the expose, more aptly named than we tend to think, it is not knowledge which is exposed, it is the subject. The mirror is empty, reflecting back to me no more than the falling away of my language as it gradually unrolls, end quote. In the context of CalArts' pedagogical mise en scène, the 5 panels constitute an historical rebus of sort, one that can be read like a dreamscape. Never exhibited before and never to be reproduced more than once, Hubler's Cadillac also functions as a kind of primal scene for Martinez's subsequent corpus of work.